Do you feel that influencers are a good thing or a bad thing when it comes to fitness industry? Like you have really good people
Oh,
like Chris Bumstead, right?
yeah.
But you also have people like Liver King who just got exposed for being on literally every steroid on the planet, right?
Yeah.
Claiming like all these false things. So do you feel like I don't know, like I feel like is the does the good outweigh the bad?
Oh, I mean, that's a tough question. I feel like I want to, like, because me being optimistic, I want to say that it is because there's a lot of really good influencers out there, right, who push, like I don't know what they truly believe in, but then there's a lot of influencers out there that are out there for the wrong reasons. Like they just want the clout. They want to partner with certain brands just so that they have. It's an appearance thing. It's a social media
Right.
thing. They want an influence, right? But there are people that out there are actually pushing real products. But I don't know. It's really hard to find. So it's hard for me to say like as a whole, are influencers good or bad? Because I want to say yes, they're good, but you can't just listen to what our people say. Like there are gonna be people who have a good following, but like for me, I always pick and choose my influences like
Mm.
carefully and always with a what's it called with assault or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you say? How do you say that?
The algorithm?
No. When it's like take this with a pinch of salt
Oh
or
yeah.
something.
Take it with a grain of salt.
With a grain of salt. Yeah. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. Like whenever I look at an influencer, I always really try to analyze and think about like what they're saying, what they stand for, instead of just being like, oh, here's a reel that's popping off.
Right.
This is the truth, because like, that's not like. For example, like Andrew Tate, that's gonna be like a hot take or like a controversial thing, right? Andrew Tate, he
Andrew Tate.
what he stands for, like he is a misogynist, but like he talks a lot about toxic masculinity, and like I don't know, and like our role as men. And I think
Right.
that like what I was actually trying to tweet about this. It's like when I watch him, I don't like the way that it makes me feel, the way he talks
Yeah.
about other women. But then when he talks about men and like our role and like as God designed us, it's like there are certain he makes some good points. But at the same time, just because he has a good influence following doesn't mean like, oh, this is what you need to listen to. Like in one of the podcasts he was in, he was like, women need to make me 2 cups of coffee. And like
Yeah.
that's your purpose. And it's just like, dude, come on now. Like
Yeah.
I don't think that's not the right way to go about it. But like take it with a grain of salt, right? I don't think that literally God designed women to make coffee for men. And
Right.
like and
No,
stuff like that. And
absolutely not.
so yeah, always take. I think for influence, I always take things with a grain of salt and being like, I think for the most part there are a lot of good influences out there, but you gotta definitely do your due diligence for just mindlessly following them.
I feel like gym culture nowadays like almost promotes that. It's like this is how you gym. Like we go gym, you put your emotions and your like trauma into your workout and you look hot as possible and all your problems will go away. And I feel like that's so toxic.
Yeah, that's true. Because like I remember I used that in one of my Instagram reels. Was
Right.
like fighting my inner demons, and it's like, in a way, I can see it. Like it's a good outlet, right? Going to the gym and like you're dealing with some life stuff, but you're just like, I need to get in the gym. I need to sweat it out and like, I don't know, go through this like it's all me phase where I get jacked. But I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I think like when you hear about like people like fighting their inner demons, right? I'm like, dude, I don't think like having a Greek god is gonna defeat
Console that.
spiritual like bodies. Like if you think about it, like I think working out, like don't get me wrong, working out is tied to improve mental health because it's like, it helps with like relieving stress. It helps you like with endorphins and dopamine, like serotonin, like it like working out, even exercising, going for a walk for 10 minutes, like starts producing those chemicals, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you think that working out is going to solve all your problems, like I feel
Oh,
like you're in for like a hard
reality check.
like
Right?
reality check,
Yeah.
like I don't know, like it's interesting to see like all these people who are like, this is my like anime villain phase. It's like my girl cheated on me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
my
show
villain
her,
arc.
like I'm gonna show her what she's missing out on. Like, dude, like I personally think like no, like I don't think that's healthy. Like personally, like I think it leads to like ego. Like you become obsessive.
Mm-hmm.
You become like, and your like mind is constantly filled with negative thoughts as you like work out.
Yeah.
Whereas like workout should be it's a stress relieving thing. It's like something that's almost therapeutic. It's like
Yeah, you shouldn't be like angry when you work out.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
like
you shouldn't be like, oh, my ex, and like, oh, I'm gonna bench press and like get my anger out. It's like, yeah,
I'm gonna show her.
yeah, this is what you're missing. T25. But and also like, I remember one thing you said was that like, it's not gonna fix your problems. I 100% agree. Like, let's say you're having problems with your mom or your dad or your family problems, right? And like, oh, I need to go to the gym. I need to de-stress and work out. It's like you're gonna eventually come back home, and it's like, what's happening at home is still gonna be there. And like, yeah, it might help with the mental break. Take a step back and like recalibrate yourself. But at the same time, it's like you can't use it as a solution, because eventually you gotta readdress that issue again, or like talk to your parents, or like, I don't know. There's a lot of things, and like it's a good way to step back and like, I don't know, stay neutral minded. But then you have to go back to the same issue. It's not gonna solve your problems. Having 4% body fat is not gonna help your relationship with your mom. So
Yeah, like I think like what's